So I know the title of the video can be confusing because I did a video that said like 10 years later. But you gotta trust me on this, there's a reason for my video being titled the way it is. And that is because 1 year ago today, I moved to Florida. Yeah, so 1 year ago, not today, but a year ago, like I'm recording this video way later than I planned on it. But yeah, I did move here late August, early September, and so I mean, I guess about this time last year, I was still sort of adjusting, getting used to the area, getting used to my new life here as a Florida man, I guess. And I'm here to talk about my experience and how it compares to my experience back home. So my experience here has been, I would say, mostly positive. There have been days where I'm just like not feeling great, for whatever reason. But for the most part, I feel great. I feel great. I feel because I don't know. It doesn't feel too different than back home in Texas because it was humid there. It's humid here. It gets hot in both places. So triple digit on a good day. That's how it is back home. And so getting 100 plus here is nothing. It's nothing new under the sun. I like the people here. The people here have been really cool, for the most part. The people here have been really cool, especially when I first got here. People were like super nice. Not that I'm surprised by it. It's just it was refreshing, especially being new here and just it being weird being in a new area that I was not all too familiar with. People were really nice, and people today can't are occasionally still nice. There's a crappy people, but not a whole lot. Mostly on the road. I-4 is a nightmare. If you're friggin', I'm sure if you're from Florida watching this, you understand what I'm talking about. I-4 is terrible. So I say the people are nice. Once you hit I-4, you can forget about it, dude. No, no one's nice. It's a nightmare. God, it's like Mad Max when I hit I-4. It's crazy. I don't know. I-35 in Texas, like in Houston and whatnot, I-35 sucks. But that's mostly because it's under construction and it's always been under construction. I-4 just sucks because it's just the drivers are bad and the traffic is awful too. I don't know. I really don't know what all I can say about it because it's not crazy. It's not like a crazy difference than like being back. The only big difference is that like I'm in a big city. Back home, I was in a small little country town. Here, I'm in a big city, and it's I haven't. I think I've been through some countrysides of Florida. I think going to Gainesville because I would take like some back roads, and I really got to see some countrysides there. I don't know if it's like the country of Florida, but yeah. I mean, overall, it's definitely a weird experience being that I lived in the same place for 24 years, and so kind of branching out and going somewhere else in a completely different environment. It's different, it's really different. So I'm gonna compare now the two. I'm gonna compare like being in Texas versus being in Florida. Like I said, similar, very similar state. I think Florida's sort of a diet Texas, right? Texas is obviously better because duh, but Florida is like the younger brother who's just like, I want to be like you, so I'm going to try to replicate you, but just not being quite as good. So the weather, like I said, the weather is relatively the same. Because in my area, we were hit by hurricanes like Florida. Like I lived sort of from like where I am to like Tampa or like Daytona. That was sort of how I was. That's where I live, like back home. From like my house to like Galveston. So I was sort of being near the coast. I still got that humidity there. We still got hurricanes. So that's a very big similarity. Again, the people. I'm going to talk about the people. The people are friendly, just like back in Texas, friendly people. Except my area. Okay, my area there was a city in my area which was known as like the dumbest city in the country at some point, and it may still be. It's an awful it's an awful place. That's where I worked. It was about 40 minutes from my house, Beaumont, Texas. For those of you who don't know, if you're from Texas, you probably get it. Beaumont, Texas, sucks. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That was That was like the nearest city, because it's not a very big city. Just like the nearest city, and it was not good. The people there suck for the most part. There are some good people there, but it's not. I love my state, but Beaumont sucks, dude. Beaumont had some pretty crappy people, especially having worked there, having to deal with those people. Not good. Other than that, the rest of Texas, from my experience, has been super nice, super cool. Much like here. People here have been nice. I would say when it comes to like diversity when in like that diversity of a city or whatever, it's so we have like where Florida has a lot of like Latinos, but I want to say they come from like the like Cuba or like Puerto Rico, sort of like those places. So it's not a lot of like Mexican Hispanics or Latinos. Texas, we have like Mexicans. I mean, duh, but like that's where. So it's sort of a weird. It's not like weird. What? It's different in that sense. I mean, Spanish speaking, they're obviously not the same. I want to make that clear. Obviously not the same. So that's what makes it interesting because it's like I'm used to Latinos, right? But from like a different area. It's weird to explain, but yeah. Being in a major city, because yeah, I was near I was like I used to live 40 minutes from a city, but the nearest major city was Houston, which was like 2 hours away. I'm living in the city, so I'm getting that full like city experience, which I'd never really gotten before because I never lived in the city. So whatever city people have had to deal with for however long they've had to deal with it, that's what I'm having to deal with now on a daily basis. So like the traffic is garbage. Traffic is awful. When traffic is bad, it's freaking bad. Tourism. I don't know if I had to deal with tourists because I'm not like in the tourist area, right? Like Universal is like 30 minutes away from me because I'm like yeah, it's like west and I'm like east. So we're like, opposite sides. Disney's not even Orlando.
Disney not in Orlando, dog. Disney is 30 minutes away in Kissimmee.
So that side that's on a different side. So I don't really think I deal with tourists, but I still deal with traffic, which is fun. I want to talk about the drivers now because I talked about people. Let's talk about the drivers. Boy, I will stand by as much as I love my amazing state of Texas, as much as I love my beautiful state of Texas and bury me in the Lone Star State. Texas has awful drivers. That I will always say, as great as we are, our drivers are garbage, right? From experience, it is a nightmare driving in Texas. Driving in Florida, at first it was nice because I saw something that I never really saw back home. Turn signals. Oh my gosh, people actually use their turn signals here. That lasted about a week or two because then I really got the experience of what people in Florida drove like. They're pretty bad too. Mostly on I-4, but occasionally when you're not on I-4 and you're just taking any other road, people suck at driving as well. Either you're too slow or you're too reckless. Occasionally people will use their turn signal more than Texas. More than Texas, people use a turn signal more than Texas. But still, too often they don't. And that's an issue. But Florida has a slight edge. Not much of an edge, but it's slight. Now, what's the scenery like? It's okay. I mean, I'm in the city, so it's just a lot of buildings, some wooded areas, parks. I will say the parks aren't too bad. I've liked a lot of what I've seen. In my area, back home, we had like one park in my town. I don't know. I think I've seen one or two people on it ever. It's not really much there. It's like a single jungle gym and that's it. But the parks in the nearest city were okay. They're kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie, but they were all right. The parks here are really good. From just my experience, well maintained, well taken care of. I don't know. I really any park I've been to, which hasn't been many parks, but I've been to some parks. Parks have been nice. They've been pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. Things are cheaper in Texas. At least in my area they were. Now obviously in the time we're in, it's something being cheaper isn't really much of things aren't great as far as pricing goes for some things like groceries and whatnot. But some things were cheaper back home, especially with fast food places. It was cheaper back home for sure. Something I learned about being in a big city is like you're not when you go from like a small little country town to a big major city, you sort of become less unique, if that makes sense. Like who you are as an individual person, you are unique in your own way, right? You're different from other people. I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but anyways, you're very different. Your interests are different than a lot of people. The kind of person you are is different. Like back home, I don't know. I don't really fit in back home just because of the industry I wanted to go into, the career path I wanted to take. No one else wants to really do that where I'm from. But then I moved here, and everyone wants to do that. Everyone's interested in it. A lot of the movies and whatnot that I'm into, a lot of people back home really aren't really into that sort of stuff. I come here, everyone's into it. Everyone likes what I like, which is great actually. Which you'd think is like not that great. It's actually phenomenal because I actually have people that I can talk about this stuff to. I have people that I can talk about my favorite movies with, my favorite music, my favorite sports teams. Orlando, only has a basketball team. They have like a minor league hockey team. Okay, they got a basketball team. So that's all anyone cares about, other than like maybe the, whatever Tampa Bay or Jacksonville football teams there are. But for the most part, it's all about basketball. You know what else is all about basketball? San Antonio, freaking Texas, baby. My favorite city with my favorite team. Very obviously different teams, but I've been able to talk to people about basketball here, which is phenomenal because back home it's all baseball and football. I like baseball. Football's all right, but I love basketball more than anything. As ununique as I've become, I appreciate it. I'm glad it's some people be like, I want to be different. I want to be unique. I'm like, you know what? It's good to have people to talk to. It's good to have people with similar interests that I can finally share my thoughts with. I can finally share my opinion with, and we can relate over something. Can't do that back home unless it's like with my family with like very minuscule things. So that's really cool. Food here. I don't know if there's anything special to Florida. That's maybe like fried gator, maybe some Cuban food. I don't know. There's really nothing from what I could tell that's unique to Florida as far as cuisine. Back home we have Tex-Mex, we've got barbecue. I was close enough to Louisiana where I could enjoy the fruits of Cajun food, which has always been good. There's obviously like Mexican or the occasional Tex-Mex place here, but it don't hit the same. There's barbecue here. So I tried Sonny's Barbecue, which is a barbecue chain here. It is not good. Like, I don't like to crap on other people's craft. It's not good. Like, after having Texas, like, literally I had it like a week after having Texas barbecue back home at a local barbecue place that had opened recently. And I'm like chewing on brisket like it's bubble gum. I'm eating some flavorless dry cornbread. I'm like, this place is not very good. So, there's that. There's been a few places I've actually finally gotten to try. And it's not that we don't have these in Texas. We just didn't have it in my area. So I got to try Culver's, really good. I got to try Zaxby's, which I think I guarantee we have back home. It was all right. It definitely better than Raising Cane's, for sure. PDQ's, probably the greatest chicken tender place I've ever had. Genuinely good. Like, an actual chicken tender place that's actually really good. Shocker. But PDQ's really good. Finally tried Jollibee. Jollibee's like right down the road for me. Really good chicken. A little on the pricier side, but I've enjoyed it. I mean, there's like no Jack in the Box here, which I'm not like a big Jack in the Box guy, but they got good egg rolls. Anyways, Florida I think just got Jack in the Box recently, but I don't think it's anywhere in my area. So I don't get it. Not that I'm like the biggest Jack in the Box guy, but it's just weird to not have that because it's always just been there. Dairy Queen is weird here because in Texas, like I've said, take a shot every time I say in Texas. In Texas, we have like Tex-Mex food there. Bear with me, as well as like some like country style food. So we have tacos, we have fried jalapenos, not like jalapeno poppers, just literally fried strips of jalapeno. We have steak fingers. I freaking love steak fingers there. We also have chicken fried steak sandwiches. I'm sure there's more I'm missing, but yeah, we have. It's different there, I miss Whataburger, man. I miss Whataburger. Like they have it in Florida, but the nearest one is like 100 miles, dude. It's a long drive to get Whataburger. I hate it, man. I freaking hate the fact that it's so far away. I think the only time I ever get it is if I'm like driving home. Because it's just on the way there, which is just nice. But God, I miss it, man. Oh, Bojangles I've also tried. Again, I definitely have in Texas, I'm sure. Just not near me. Bojangles is really good. When it comes to stores, so you have like the usual Walmart, Target, CVS, Walgreens, that sort of thing, which is like, it's cool. But Florida has, obviously, Publix. That's the big thing here. As far as stores go, it's Publix. And, Publix is all right. It's okay. I'll say that. Other than like the pub sub, which is like a big deal here, I don't really ever have a reason to go to Publix. It's like really like it's definitely on the pricier side. Not like super expensive, but more than it should be. I think it's sort of. I feel like it's like Florida's HEB. To all my Texas homies, HEB, am I right? Like HEB's goated. It's obviously Texas only. Like unlike Publix, because Publix I think will do like the Carolinas as well, maybe Georgia. HEB is like we're staying loyal to the soil, dude. We're in Texas and we're only in Texas, which I freaking love. But HEB is glorious, man. Because not only is it local, and everything that is like HEB brand is made in the state, distributed in San Antonio, of course. Not only is everything done in state, but it's not expensive. Like it may be slightly more than Walmart, maybe, but it's like still reasonably priced. Like if you were to compare HEB to Publix, it'd be like comparing Walmart to Publix. Not in terms of quality, in terms of just pricing. HEB is so freaking good. The food is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's unmatched. Also, HEB actually does stuff for the state, which is government could never. But yes, that's how it is for the food. Mostly the same, except for a few things here and there. Overall, though, I'm sure I'm missing a few things I was going to talk about. My experience here has been overall positive. Again, I have my bad days, but overall, I've had mostly good days. I've mostly had a good time here. I know I spend most of it studying, doing school, and I don't always get to just enjoy the great state of Florida, the great city of Orlando have to offer. But occasionally I get to enjoy the spoils, but mostly I'm studying or hanging out with friends or my girlfriend or something else. Maybe go see the movie. But overall, positive experience, and I've enjoyed it. Here's to another year, I guess.